Hey y'all, it's Hope here, and I'm giving y'all a super quick look at how I did a journal page in one of the Graphics Arts Mixed Media Journals using several of their materials, including Frisket film and some computer graphics. Now, you can go over to their channel to see this process in a bit more detail. I do have a little bit of detail of how I added some elements at the end in this video that's not in the other one, but we're gonna speed through real quick how I did this. So I sketched out this super cute mushroom house design and printed some stickers elements onto the clear computer graphics for inkjet, and then I am pulling out the 0.010 clear Duralar from the Mixed Media Journal. See how easy that pops out? I love how you can pull those pages out and then put them back. From there, I used a variety of permanent markers. These are all Sharpies in black to trace my cute mushroom house design. I did some of this by tracing it, and some of it I just drew it in. Again, head over to the graphics channel to see that in a little bit more detail of those choices that I made. Now, the Frisket film is great, and it allowed me to I could trace, you can see right through it, trace my house, cut the Frisket film down, and then block off the cap of my mushroom. And none of this had to be super exact, but I was able to block off the back side of my mushroom. I didn't work on the front because that's where the Sharpie was, and because I'm about to use alcohol inks, and both Sharpies and alcohol inks are alcohol based, you will blur your Sharpie with an alcohol ink. So I encourage you, this is great because I can work on the back side to add some of this stuff. So I used a variety of different colors, a little ink blending tool, and some alcohol ink in a spray bottle, not alcohol ink, some alcohol, rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle to work in there. Like I said, I had this blocked off with that Frisket film, which allowed me the chance to, And then I used a variety of more alcohol inks and some acrylic paints to paint the back side also of that mushroom house image, and then I could pop it right back in the journal to add my other elements. So first thing I did was you'll see this in a second, I grabbed my sticker sheet that I created. It's an adhesive back computer graphics. They also have non-adhesive back if you just want the film with printing on it, but I really like the idea of the sticker film. There's also a matte sticker film as well as this clear that I use, but you can see the clear, you can't see the edges of my stickers on here. Then I grabbed a variety of paint pens. Now I'm using, y'all, seriously, a huge variety of paint pens, some Poscas, some Sharpie paint pens, some Target brand paint pens, and some of the new Sharpie creative markers, I think is what they're called, to add elements. Now this is the portion of this video that I did not include on the graphics website. I wanted to share, with those of you who are real and over here on my that are my regular followers, I wanted y'all to get something special. So this is what you're getting, some of these details. And if you're not a regular subscriber to me, why not go ahead and click that subscribe button while you're over here, and you can see what other things I've got to offer. So, like I said, I'm using a variety of different things just to add little touches. So I started with a little bit of grass and then some clouds, and I am moving around on the page a bit so that I don't try to go over anything I've already done, and while it's still just a little bit wet. So that was my idea. So I'm even going over you can see here the gills under my mushroom so that, I didn't want them that stark black. And of course, my favorite thing is mushrooms. I've already added a couple of mushroom stickers on here, but I wanted some a little more opaque. So I'm coming in, this is one of the Mondo Llama paint pens in a red, and I'm going to add stems using, I think that's also the Mondo Llama. And I'm going to let that dry before I try to come back in to add dots on top of my little red mushrooms. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I thought, okay, let's add some more clouds. And this is that Sharpie creative marker. Those are kind of interesting. These are the bullet tip ones. I am thinking about going and getting some of the brush tip ones. And they worked great. Y'all, what I love about this clear Duralar is you can use so many different mediums on it. You wouldn't think so for it to be a film like this, but alcohol inks and what else did I say I used? I used both a fluid acrylic and a regular acrylic paint. I'm using paint pens, the markers, just yeah, and then the stickers, of course, go right on it beautifully. So, I'm gonna tell you that I could have just kept on adding little elements to this, but I wanted to kind of keep it simple for the video and not go too overboard. So I added some, you saw flowers around the doorway here, and then I'm going to add a little bit of vining and greenery to attach them all. Yep, some leaves there. I've even thought about coming back in over some of the black lines that I drew with my Sharpie and adding just little mossy elements or something. Here are my little dots on my mushrooms. And what else am I going to do? I feel like I'm going to maybe go over the clouds again a little bit more. Yep. And at this point, I think I was like, okay, that's what I wanted to add, maybe some stepping stones in front of the door of this. And I completely forgot about that. So that's something I can come back in later and do. I was also feeling like the black on the doors was a little too much and I needed the wood to be a little more brown. So yeah, I'm coming back in with a brown Sharpie and going over it. Not Sharpie. That was not a Sharpie. That was one of the Mondo Llama paint pens. And with that, this fun fantasy mixed media journal page is done. I hope you'll go check out the video over on the Grafix Arts channel, or at least go head over to the graphicarts.com website and see all the products they have there. Thanks for coming by for these couple minutes and watching. I will see y'all later. Bye.